You're all chrome. Off with your head. That's good day. Head to roll. Head to roll. Head to roll on the floor. Off with your head. That's good day. Head to roll. Head to roll. Head to roll on the floor. There are no streets. Silver over everything. Head to roll. Head to roll. Head to roll on the floor. Off with your head. Dance till you're dead. Head to roll. Head to roll. Head to roll on the floor.
Oh no, it just started.
Did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody,
It's pretty good.
if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how.
Hey Java, it's good to see you.
About me now, want you to try to hit me with the word, but that word took some time to survive you. Better only aside. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now.
All right, we're gonna start in like 2 minutes, everyone. You have an amazing day.
Don't come
You.
out. If you wanna believe it, it could stop me.
And I personally cannot wait for today.
No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through. There's no talking to you. It's so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. But after all is said and done, you're gonna be the lonely one. Oh, do you believe in life after love?
All right, everyone, let's just get ready for Tonight Show. Well, welcome everyone again. This is the part of the week that we warm up our hearts for our guests and the crew. Matter of fact, I always forget to thank the crew that is behind all this great work and world. And to tell you one thing, it is a lot of work. It sure is a lot of work. And yeah, it's just such an amazing team. I'm so happy to be part of this group and this show. So let's see those hearts, everyone. Let's see those hearts and get ready. Oh, welcome again, everyone, to the Tonight Show Starring Sherwin. I'm your DJ Vaditron. So let's get those hearts ready for your host, Sherwin.
Yes, we're up, everybody? JC in the house. What's good? What's up, Pat? How you doing, Lacey? Who we got here? Dash and Aussie. We got Blackberry in the house. Doc is in the house. What's up, Dizzle? Who we got? Mystic. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, wow, 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 wow. First of all,
That's me.
yeah, shout out to Nancy Fletcher and Soul G, by the way. I love that song. It just makes me so happy. But thank you guys again for coming out to the Tonight Show. It is Wednesday night, 10 p.m. This is when we do the Tonight Show. And I'm so excited for tonight because we have a great show for you planned. We have an amazing guest, a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, I want to get into the weekend. So, DJ Vad, how was your
Yes.
weekend?
Well, weekend was awesome. I tell you, there are a few, events that you're gonna go over, but we had an event at the Men's World, Market in Men's World, and we had a party over there at Club Underground. It was a lot of fun, and the DJ, of course, was the featured DJ was the Disco Jesus, and he was so amazing with all the music that he played. And funny thing is that, I challenged him to play different styles of music from house to trap to my favorite song that I'm stuck on is a dark disco techno music. It's like anyway, he killed those transitions. So we had a lot of fun. How was your weekend? You were busy
My
always.
weekend, first of all, I found my center. There we go. My weekend was great, and I love that. First of all, I went to your event, and it was amazing. Shout out to Disco Jesus, always an amazing person. My weekend first started off with the star ceremony for Major, so I want to give a shout out to Major. Major is just one of those people that everybody loves. Like, seriously, everybody
Everybody.
just loves Major. He's so amazing. Everybody just one thing I love about Major is that he's so welcoming and so outgoing. Like, I met Major and he just really helped me with a lot of things, right off the bat. And he's just been inspirational to me as a host and as a community builder and all the things that he's done. Blackberry's here tonight, and she actually worked with him with metaculture and just some amazing things that he's been a part of. So just want to give a shout out to Major, just an incredible human being and very well deserved star. So shout out to him and shout out to Rockadala as well. Now, after this event, we stopped by, or actually, I shouldn't say stopped by, but we hosted City Girl's birthday party. Shout out to City Girl, who's actually not here tonight. She's in Aruba celebrating her birthday. So, we're one man down tonight, but, I just am so happy for her. She's accomplished so much. The world was beautiful. Aussie Guy made this world. Shout out to Aussie Guy for an amazing world. And just so many of you guys, I see a lot of people coming out tonight who were there that night as well. Thank you guys for coming out and celebrating City Girl's birthday with us. And she's just an amazing person and so kind-hearted. And I'm happy that all of you guys were a part of that amazing event. So thank you guys again. Now, after City's birthday, speaking of Disco Jesus, I had to make a stop
Mhm.
by Disco Jesus' House of Sermon. Now, I don't know if you guys have been to his event, House of Sermon, but he does this really cool DJ set every week, and it's in this church. You guys know Disco Jesus. He has to do the church theme, and I love it, and he's just an amazing human being. So shout out to Disco Jesus. I wanted to also give that event a shout out as well. And last but not least, speaking of DJs, Tuesday night turn up every Tuesday night. What a blast. We had a lot of people come out. Look at all those outfits, by the way, those cancer awareness outfits. And we got a lot of them tonight in the audience as well. And Fuchsia and Meta and Elba. It's amazing. It's really amazing that you guys are doing this work. And thank you guys for coming out to Tuesday night turn up. Thank you to DJ Jedi, who is just an amazing DJ. He was actually the winner of DJ Marcus J's DJ battle. And he came out, he did a hour and a half long set. He went even over than what we expected. So I'm very, very grateful for him. So thank you, DJ Jedi. And make sure you guys come out if you haven't been yet every Tuesday as well. And speak of the devil, we've got Disco Jesus here tonight as well, who we love so much. So shout out to all the DJs in Alt Space. They're doing amazing things in here.
You got a
Now,
haircut.
I'm very, very excited for tonight. Now, we have the one and only Kat, the Hungry Medium, is here tonight. She's backstage, y'all. I don't know if you guys checked out her Instagram and we talked. She is a real deal, okay? And she's backstage right now. Let me tell you something. Before we even bring her out later tonight, I just want to say she was very generous. And for our rehearsal, she read the entire crew. She was spot on. DJ, was she not spot on everybody? really
Okay,
good.
she's so spot on. Okay, I tell you guys, click on me and see my name really quick. So
I think you're
yeah.
in the stage blocker, so they probably can't
Oh
click on
wait,
you.
wait. I'll come. There we go. Is it better
So
now?
his name, it says DJ Eldberry, and I'm gonna explain it to you guys since he's not amplified. I'm gonna just explain it to you guys now. The card that Kat pulled for DJ Vaditron was the Elderberry card, which is the immunity card. And if anyone knows Vaditron right now, he actually is dealing with COVID. So the fact that she was pulling that card while he was eating elderberry cough
Yeah.
drops and she didn't know any of this was going on was pretty insane. And I will say, she read everybody else too, and she was spot on. And tonight, she's going to do the same thing, and she's going to read some of the audience members tonight. So if you guys are comfortable, I know Blackberry is going to be one of the people who's going to come up tonight as well. If you guys are comfortable, think about it for later tonight. If you're comfortable, we would love to have you guys come up and get a reading as well by Kat. Now, before we get to all that, because I know everybody's excited for all that, you know we've got to do some daily dish. You guys know this is one of my favorite parts of the show, where we just dive into all things pop culture and politics and everything going on in the world. And I want to start off with, first and foremost, the BET Hip Hop Awards. Now, they were last night. Who watched it? Hearts, by any show of hearts. Did anyone watch it, by the way, last night? Oh, a couple. Okay, so yeah, I'm not a big award person either, trust and believe, but I do have to say congratulations to Kendrick Lamar, okay? Because he was the big winner of the night. He walked away with 5 wins, including, best artist, best video, best song, best album. So just a really amazing job. And he's just a phenomenal lyricist. I love Kendrick Lamar. I think we can all agree Kendrick is one of the greatest, and he really deserved everything he got. So I'm really proud of him. Shout out to Kendrick. Now, I don't watch these award shows, right? I don't watch the award parts, but what I do watch is the red carpet. I love a good red carpet. So let's get into some of my favorite looks, okay? Now, for my opinion, the best looks of the night included Remy Ma, who I think a lot of people at first thought she looked like the Galapagos monster, but I kind of like the look, all right? So get off Remy Ma, right? She is a legend, all right? And the wig and everything looks amazing on her. I love her in blonde. She looks amazing. French Montana, somebody the other day, actually, I'm going to call her out. Blue Moon said that he looked like Ronald McDonald. Don't call my French Montana Ronald McDonald. He does not look like Ronald McDonald. He looks so sexy and amazing in this coat. It looks so warm. He looked like he's going to Aspen, okay? And last but not least, Trina, the queen of Miami. She just killed it. I love the tight black suit, just looking real sexy and chic. And she did an amazing job. Now, someone that really didn't understand her style last night was Lil Kim. And, I really love Lil Kim. She's Queen Bee, you guys. I love Lil Kim. She's one of the biggest female rappers of all time. But when I first saw this pic, I thought 2 things. First of all, did she really etch out her abs? Because when I look at that picture, it looked like, the outfit looked like it etched out her abs a little bit. Like, you ain't going to the gym, Kim? Come on. But second of all, when I took a double take on this, it kind of looked like those alien figurines that you see in the store, looking like this. So I don't know if y'all thought the same thing, but Lil Kim, you look a little bit out of this world to me, okay? Now, I also want to give a shout out to Trina. Trina was also a big winner last night. She won the I Am Hip Hop Awards. They gave her flowers. She is the queen of the South. Amazing, amazing job for Trina. She is truly one of the legends, and she doesn't get enough respect as she should, And when I saw this picture, I'm thinking Trick Daddy probably in the back thinking, oh, it should have been me, So sorry, Trick Daddy. It wasn't your night. It was Trina's night. I don't know how this person got into my shop. Well, hey, how you doing tonight? See you next time. All right. Thank you for coming by. All right. Well, that's it for our daily dish on the Hip Hop Awards. Let's move on to the next topic, which is Trump. All right. Now, you guys know this guy is always in the news. All right. He's doing something crazy or another all the time. Now, this time, he's in the news because, Maggie Haberman, this respected journalist, came out with this tell-all book about him. It's not the first tell-all book that we've seen come out, all right? This is probably the 10th one that we've seen. But, this one goes into a little bit more detail about his time in the White House, his family, and even some stuff about, his physical health as well. In fact, there's a lot of comparison going on right now between Trump and Joe Biden, who's got more physical health and who's healthier and all this. I feel like the Republican Party sometimes just, they really are hard on Biden, okay? They say he can't talk, he can't eat, he can't sleep, he can't read, he can't write. right. You rather have Helen Keller run the country at this point, all right? But they really are are pretty rough on Joe Biden. Let's see what his son Don Jr. had to say about Trump at a rally recently. Let's take a look.
Stage the other night after another incredible rally, thousands of people, and someone wanted him to sign a hat. They threw the hat up on the stage. He catches that, but then they threw the Sharpie, nailed it, one-handed, crushes it. Joe Biden can't bring a bicycle to a stop, but Trump can sit there after speaking to people, catch Sharpies out of the air. The only thing Joe Biden can catch is COVID. Good hands, Dad. Proud of you.
What? Great hands, Dad. He said, I can't get over it. First of all, the way he said Joe Biden, he sounded exactly like his dad. Joe Biden, like very similar to his. I don't know if y'all picked up on that, okay? But second of all, he said nice hands, Dad. First of all, do you know where your dad's hands have been? First of all, and I'm not talking about up Melania's skirt. Let's be clear about that, all right? Because you all know it's been around some other things as well. But I think it's funny because he's talking about catching Sharpies and catching hats in the air. How about you catch some common sense for once? I think that might be something a little bit better for you to catch, okay? All right. Moving on to our last topic. All right. Speaking of politics, I don't know if you guys know about Herschel Walker. All right. He's a former NFL player. He's running for the Senate for Atlanta. People in Atlanta, you probably know about this that's going on right now. And recently, a woman came. Can y'all hear me? Hearts up if y'all can hear me. Hearts up if y'all can hear me. Because I know my audio be cutting in. All right. Sorry about that. Y'all, my audio, y'all know how all space is, right? So let me just tell you about the story again. Herschel Walker, right? So this woman came out. She said that she had an abortion because Herschel Walker paid her $700 and also gave her a get well card. So this get well card, as you guys can see right here, it says rest, relax, and recover. Okay, that's a slap in the face. That's like getting a congratulations card for someone that got hit by a bus. Okay, it's just you don't do that kind of stuff. All right, I don't know what Herschel was thinking, but he was on Sean Hannity's show the other day, and this was his response to the scandal. Let's take a look.
So they're claiming that on September 12th of 2009, that the woman has a receipt for an abortion. They're claiming that 5 days later, on September 17th, you sent a $700 check and that you sent it in a Get Well card. The Get Well card, it looks like it's included with your signature in the article. Have you seen it? And is that your signature?
I haven't seen it, but I can tell you, I send out so many Get Well, send out so much of anything, but I can tell you right now.
He sent out so many get well cards. First of all, how many women are you pregnant out here? First of all, Herschel, I don't know what you're doing out here. And second of all, you can, these cards, they're candy. I'm wondering where you go. You go to the Hallmark store. Is there a section for these? The abortion section, that's your dad's graduation section. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And what's crazy is that this woman says that she has a receipt. She said she came forward. She said she has a receipt. Going to clinics nowadays is like going to a Walmart. You go in, you get what you want, they give you a receipt. All right. The only difference here is that all sales are final. Okay, and there's no refunds or returns. So sorry, Herschel, you paid $700. That's it. And I think it's honestly a little disrespectful because for anybody that has been through abortion or anybody that women's rights and all that, we all know that it's not something easy. So $700 and a get well card is not going to do it, Herschel. And people in Atlanta, do your thing. Use your power and vote because you guys know how much power you have when it comes to voting in these elections. So hope y'all learned something today from my daily dish because there's a lot going on in politics that you guys definitely need to catch up on. All right. Now that is it for my daily dish. I am so excited for my guest tonight. She is an amazing person. She is a spiritual activist. She is a medium. She has a few hosts or a few shows in here actually in alt space. And she is just an incredible person. So let's go ahead and bring her out. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Kat, the Hungry Medium. Yes. On out, Kat. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I made it to the chair. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Disco
ladies
Jesus.
and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, look at the love that you're getting, Kat. This is amazing. Look, everybody just loves you. You must. First of all, you're not new to All Space. I know you've been around a couple times because you were actually on my show the last time we were on air with me and New York Nick, which was, if you guys were there, was an incredible time. We had such a blast with you. So thank you again,
Yes.
Kat, for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I just thought I was coming to do a little something. I didn't know the whole show was going to be about me. About
Yes.
me.
There's so much that we want to learn about you, and found some stuff out that I would love to share with everybody here. And I know there's things that I probably don't even know about you that I'll find out tonight. So I'm super excited for tonight. Now, let's go ahead and just jump right in because I want to hear about your background and your story. So when did you first hear about VR? And specifically, how did you get into Altspace?
Thank you for asking. Here's a picture of a young woman named French. Became my astrologer. First of all, thank you for having me on here. That's the first thing I want to
Absolutely.
say because, I had to take a break for a little while and I'm back. And you've always been so super supportive of me. And that speaks to how French is and was. Is French out there? Said she was going to stop in, but she was like that with me on this app called Clubhouse. And she said,
Mm.
we're doing a little Black History Month thing in the metaverse. And I said, okay. And I want to invite you. I said, okay, to talk about spirituality in the metaverse. Okay. She said, do you have an Oculus? Now, this is in January. Would y'all believe in June last year, I asked my daughters to buy me an Oculus for my birthday.
Yes.
I didn't know why. I thought I was going to be playing video games and tennis and stuff like that. I didn't even know the metaverse existed. And she invited me. She said, you need to come. It's in alt space. Her name is French. She's here on the app as French. If you're out there, French, hey girl.
Shout out to French. Yes. Well, shout out to French for bringing you into Altspace. It's incredible. I love your story. Now, what a lot of
Thank you.
people probably know about you, or because of your name, the Hungry Medium, and your name is a medium. So they're already coming in assuming that you're a psychic medium. And it is true. You have had this gift for a very long time since you were born, practically. Talk to me about your spiritualism. Where did it come from? Have you known your whole life that you were a medium? And how has it been, having this gift that a lot of people don't possess? You're one of the few that have this.
Yeah, be honest, I grew up in the church. And so being a precocious spiritual child wasn't really nurtured necessarily. In fact, I would say things to adults that most children shouldn't say to adults. And I can only look back on this retrospectively to understand this. While I was in it, I decided to, mask gift just so I can get along, just so I wouldn't be a weirdo. But it wasn't until I kept getting messaging from elders in my community say I needed to do this work for people and not just for myself or for those that were close to me. And I really didn't understand what he was talking about at all. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you need to do this for a living. I tell you, it took me 45 years to get there. It took me 45 years to get there. But everything happens for a reason and in its own time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And everything happens for a reason. And that's a huge message that I keep hearing from just your readings that you've done even last night with the rest of the crew or the other night before. And just hearing a lot of the things that you're saying is everybody identifies with different things, which is really interesting with the whole, maybe you're reading me, but somebody else in the audience might identify with some of the things that are being said. Talk to me about that, because I think a lot of times people think mediums are like talking to the dead, and that it's like there's different kinds of mediums, right? There's different kinds of, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's different kinds of clair, right? There's clairaudient, people who
Yes.
can hear spirit. There's clairvoyant, people who can see spirit.
Yes,
So tell me,
yes.
is there a specific style of medium that you practice? And what is another experience that you've experienced like having this gift?
Sure. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but when I started doing this, I didn't even know there were words for this till maybe 5 years ago. And then people were saying, "You must be Claire such and such." And I was like, "Clairvoyant? No, I'm not that. I don't see spirits." We're like, "No, you have a knowing, have a
Mhm.
knowing, which is a really weird gift to have. Knowing. It's not a seeing, it's not a hearing, it's not even a feeling. Some people say, "Oh, I feel it in my neck, in my gut." Just
Mhm.
have a knowing. It's so complicated to try to explain it in words, but I utilize what I call crutches and tools to help alleviate knowing things about people, and especially people that are open. Can't live my everyday life being so aware. So I
Right.
have this agreement with spirits. So you say, "Do you talk to spirits?" In a way, it's not a conversation. It's visitations. No, them. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Because
I am able to use things like cards and
mm,
glasses of water and fire and music to interpret for me so that I'm not completely exposed to a person and they're not completely exposed to me unless
right.
they give me permission, which we're going to do a little bit later.
Absolutely. And definitely if you guys stick around, we're gonna have Kat actually read a few of you guys so you can see her in action, which is gonna be incredible. I've already seen her, so you guys know I'm obsessed. So I'm super excited. But let's talk about some of the physical reactions because I actually, was watching your Instagram live one time and I saw that you went to this market. Now, this market that you went to, for lack of better terms, was, haunted or, there's, spirits that are there. And you actually had this, you were on Instagram Live. I remember watching it, and you actually had a physical reaction. You were sweating, you were breaking out. Tell me about that reaction. Does that happen when you have an overwhelming feeling, when there's a lot of spirits that are trying to communicate a message? Why is that happening?
Yes. Yeah, so I recently moved to Charleston, South Carolina, where my family is from, my mother's side. And there is a place in Charleston downtown. It's a slave market, for lack of a better word. It actually was literally a slave market. This is no secret. Renamed it, of course, positioning and just EG. But tried to walk like as a child, I never wanted to go there. Inside there are vendors, everyone selling things, goods and services and candles and beautiful baskets, beautiful businesses. But as a kid, I never wanted to go in. I guess I was labeled a brat because I was like, I'll just sit outside. But I went the other day because I live here now, and I'm like, let me go to the slave market and go in, and I could barely walk from this side of the stage to the other. I had to find an exit very quickly because there was just an overwhelming, and I know you guys have experienced this before. You go into a place that just doesn't feel right, and you get an overwhelming feeling of, "Oh my God, why do I feel this way? Why
Right.
do I feel sick? Why do I feel like, no, I have the chills?" And that's why you have to listen to the messaging from your body, our temples. Like I said, some people feel it in their stomach, neck. For me, it was just an knowing. I didn't hear voices, but the place is haunted. And I just cannot imagine why they wouldn't spiritually clean the place, after all this
Mm,
time. So I do have
right.
physical reactions when it's overwhelming. Yes, in answer to your question.
And since you just mentioned it, talk about spiritual cleaning because it is a thing. We were talking about this other day. Some people use
Yes.
crystals or sage, and
Mhm.
they do other things.
Mhm.
What are some methods that you use? And tell me, what is the purpose of spiritually cleansing? Because I don't think
Yes.
maybe everybody doesn't understand why some people harvest crystals and things in their home.
Yes,
So
yes,
why don't we talk
yes.
about that a little bit?
So this basically comes from the fact that we are beings, right? Surrounded by this human form, right? We are here on a mission. And regardless of your belief system, a lot of different people believe, and I believe, that we came here with a spirit team. We came here with a team of spirits. When we were born, you see little babies laughing at nothing and listening. You're seeing babies born now with their eyes wide open. So this spirit team can consist of anything from the higher self, the inner child, to the master teacher. There's levels, right? Whatever you believe, this is what I believe.
Absolutely.
Now you come here and all of a sudden you grow up and there are other spirits, people who have died, let's say, who for some reason find you attractive for your light, and they can find you attractive for your darkness, right? When you're not in a good mood or maybe you're depressed. And those spirits that still remain here that don't wish you well, they will attach themselves to you because you're a magnet. Cleanliness involves cleaning yourself of, people call it negative. I don't know how to do air quotes on this. Let me see. There we go. Negative energy by using things like crystals, quartz crystals, or taking Epsom salt baths or saging your home. Frankincense and myrrh is in the Bible. What do you think they use that for? Understand what I'm saying? Right, Disco Jesus? So basically, these are things you use to clean yourself of negative energy. But then you could also make spiritual baths to bring in good energy as well. People are all into Beyonce, and the spiritual baths and stuff. There's sweet baths, there's soothing baths. There are baths to uplift you. There are baths to cut. We call them cutting baths. There are baths to clean your home of negative energy. That's why people are saging. Seems to be the big thing now, saging, right? It's an
Right.
indigenous practice. This is nothing new. It's a sacred medicine, sacred plant medicine used for a millennia. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I think it just adds more clarity to what spiritualism is all about because it's not just reading people, but there's a process to it, like you just mentioned, which I think is really interesting. Now, let's just backpedal a little bit because I want to talk about your name, right? The Hungry Medium. I think it's amazing. I love the name. And the medium part I get now. Hungry part is really interesting because I was like, hungry, okay. And then, I went through your Instagram. Y'all, look at some of the food that she's made. She is an amazing cook. You've made some incredible food. Tell me, first of all, why did you choose the name The Hungry Medium? And second of all, are you a cook? Are these your recipes? Talk to me about your love for
Yes.
food and cuisine.
I'm all of that. I'm everything, Sherwin. I am a food journalist. I'm a medium. I'm a vintage enthusiast, vintage clothing enthusiast. I'm an Afrofuturist. I'm a spiritual activist. I'm a Gemini. I'm a mother. I'm a cancer survivor. But I'm also a girl from the projects who knows how to make all kinds of shit. Can we say shit on here?
Yes.
Oh, I'm a girl from
Go
the projects
ahead.
and I can make anything. And what you see right there on the left is one of my favorite things to talk about is kimchi. How many of y'all know Black girls from the projects that makes homemade kimchi? Raise your hand. Nobody. Hello. That's what I do, Sherwin. I love to cook. I love to eat. Sometimes I'm plant-based. You know how to go. Sometimes I rhyme smooth. Sometimes I rhyme. Right now, it's me time because I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, honey. You say
Yes.
vegan, honey, they don't know the word. They know it. I'm kidding. Charleston, South Carolina. quote me on that. But
Well,
kimchi is a delicious dish. Over there, you got some fish. I might have fried fish, cornbread, and collard greens for Hoppin' John for the new year.
yes. This all looks absolutely delicious and tasty, and I wish I could eat this right now. Wish you could ship me some kimchi and I could try it. So we gotta talk about this
Yes.
later. Um,
Yes.
but let me. So you said the name Hungry Medium came from your love for food and being a
Food, and I'm
spiritual
always
activist.
hungry. Yes, I'm
Absolutely.
always hungry.
Well, we got that in
Mm.
common. We're always hungry. I'm always hungry too, Kat. Now, one thing I love about you is the support that you get from people in your life. Now, I think we have a picture here of your godparents, I believe, right?
My
Uh,
godmothers.
godmother, Coco.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to me about what
Yes.
she means to you and how she's helped you along your journey.
She is going to trip out when she sees the recording of this because she is a big time Afrofuturist. I mean, Sun Ra, Space is the Place. That's her jam. But the thing about her is she's actually a documentary star. She's recently she's the star of In Our Mother's Gardens on Netflix. And she now
Mm,
is a celebrity in her own right. She has taught me so much. Both of them have. My godmother, the shot is also, Haitian, and just, my godmother is from Compton, but her roots are from New Orleans. So it's just an amazing group of people who are just mentoring me and showing me the way. I feel so connected to them. I just love them both. They're amazing women.
it's amazing. And I'm sure they've
Thank you for
inspired
giving
you
me the
so
chance to
much.
talk about
Oh,
them.
absolutely.
Thank you for
And
giving me the
they're a big
chance
part
to
of your
salute
journey, which
them.
I think is always important that we talk about, right? Because without these people being your mentors and guiding you through life, you wouldn't have learned some of your life lessons. And it's part of your journey and your upbringing. So I love that we got a chance to actually talk about it and give Coco her flowers as well
She's
tonight.
gonna
And we gotta
freak
maybe get
out.
her here on the show as well. Maybe we get her
Oh,
on
I don't
Oculus,
know how
bring her here.
I,
She would love it.
I wish there was a way to
Now,
bring all my people to the metaverse, but
right.
I'm the
No, it
representative right
is.
now.
Slowly but surely. Let's talk about now one thing that you've done recently, which has been massive for you, has been you actually just recorded and released a new song. It's a spoken word piece called Don't Get Got. It's all about, the anti-scammer movement and just being aware and protecting yourself from, these people out here that are just being manipulative and scamming people. Talk to me first of all about what the mission was behind this song and why did you decide to write it? And I'm assuming you wrote all of it yourself, right?
Yes, I wrote the lyrics, but the story is wild for the night because I was, I have a few followers on Instagram. They're people much bigger than me with a lot of followers, but I started getting these copycats, right? People who make copies of your account, your pictures, your everything, and then they go into the DMs of other people and promise readings, and I felt a draw to you energetically and la la la. And so people were coming to me and saying, I gave you $30. And I was like, you didn't give me $30, but well, you gave a
Oh,
scammer $30. And so this was happening more and more. And at first I was like, oh, that's on them. I mean, come on, like, yo, what am I supposed to do? Like, but then I said, you know what? I could be better at this by informing people and educating people. And I know some elders who've gotten scammed in the worst ways through these telephone
mm,
scams where they call them and say their grandson went to jail and they need bail money. It's horrible. So I said, don't get got is a street term, and as I said, I'm a woman who was raised in the projects, by loving, loving parents and great family around me, but I was in the street. And so the term don't get got is all about don't taken, don't get got. And so I just started vibing. I love imbibing in my cannabis. And I just started recording. I actually did a gospel a cappella, right?
wow.
Like a Mahalia Jackson style thing. And then this guy was in Clubhouse. His name is Simon. He is the founder of One Vibe Africa. He said, Kat, he's from Kenya. Hot. I think we should write a song for this. And I was like, write a song for this. Went his people at One Vibe Media. And these kids put together a rhythm, which is the rhythm. And then I just sang over the tracks from my couch. And then they put it together and they made a song. And it's on all the street platforms now. People use it when they're being copycatted. It's just me talking about using your intuition. Use your intuition. Use your gut.
Absolutely. It's an amazing song,
Thank you.
and we actually have a clip of it, so we'll play a little clip for our audience so they can hear a little bit of it. Let's take a look at Don't Get Got.
Stranger to getting caught. Nothing major. Don't get you know, no money grabs, anything like that. Don't get got. You know, cons and scams, they come in all kinds of forms. Not just money.
Yes. I mean, and that's just
Yes.
a small snippet, and I really encourage all of you guys to go and listen to it because you do go into some really good depth about scammers and their approach to things and maybe their habitat and how they behave and their nature and all that. And I think it's incredible. And you have a visual that's actually out on your Instagram as well that goes with it. We couldn't fit it in here, but it's an incredible visual and it kind of illustrates, what you're talking about. Talk to me about the visual, first of all. How did you come up with that? Who created it? And did the song come first and then the visual followed, I'm guessing?
Yes. Yes, because I was into NFTs. I still am. I have an NFT collection. I don't know what's going on with this here. Sit here, be quiet. So I had this NFT thing I was in, cryptocurrency, blah, 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 Ethereum, blah, blah, blah. So I decided, let me make Don't Get Got into a music video. So that's also another story for another day of how I found this young animator. Last year, I wasn't thinking about doing this, and I just bookmarked her on IG. And I found this young Black woman, still in college, learning animation. And she is the one who I hired to put together this video. And I said, make it like Schoolhouse Rock when I was young, when I was a little girl. And I said, I want to be the lady smoking a blunt on the stoop. And then I want to tell the story of how you should not get got. So she did the music video for the first half of the song. And my dream is that I will do another part 2 for the second half of the song, but it will be featuring my boo, Busta Rhymes. If anybody knows Busta Rhymes, please let him know that I want him to do part 2 of Don't Get Got. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Love you all.
Busta Rhymes, if you're watching, you heard it here first. Now, first of all, I
What's
love
up,
this
Bus?
visual. And we have another picture, I believe, of the visual as well. I think this was a scene from like the scammer in his home environment. I mean, it was just incredible. The whole thing. Was that the goal, was to try to portray, a scammer and their environment throughout the video?
Yes. And how they, I say, scamming is not, not category agnostic, right? Scamming comes, this scene right here is about clicking, just being so freaking click happy. People are so click happy. That's how you get got, number one. Stop clicking links, everybody, okay? Stop clicking the links. Your DMs, your SMSs, IG, stop it. And this one person thought she was getting a big diamond ring. Then shit comes and it's not a diamond ring. It's one of those lollipop rings. So you just every step of the way, we talk about religion here. We show them going into the confessional. So we get deep into this video and I just let her go with it. I said, just go with it, girl. I had just a few stipulations, Schoolhouse Rock vibe, and I'm sitting on the stoop with my blunt.
I love it. Well, y'all need to check out this video. I mean, it's really incredible the way it was all put together, and it's just so visually appealing. It's amazing. Now,
Thank
obviously, this is a huge milestone of yours as well, but I also want to get into just a little bit about what you've done here in VR because, you had this talk show for a while. I was actually on it. So thank you for having me. You teamed up with VRTalks, so shout out to VRTalks to do
Shout
a
out to
segment
VR
called
Talk.
World Hopping with Kat, and I thought it was really fun. And, we had
It
an
was so
interview, and then
good.
we took everybody to some of my studios and things like that. Talk to me about working with VR Talks and why you decided to, because I know you haven't done it in a while, so maybe you can bring it back because I love it so much. But why did you end up getting
Yes.
into, hosting and doing shows in the first place?
Oh my God. Because Corona came and it allowed me and a lot of other people to do things we would have never had the opportunity to do if it hadn't been here. Now, that's not to say that we didn't lose a lot of wonderful people and this wasn't a horrible thing that happened. But I just say for me, is when I said, if I'm going to be home all day, I'm going to live out my dreams. I'm going to be a talk show host. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Sherwin?
Exactly. You got to live your dream in the metaverse. Come on.
Live your dream in the metaverse. That's what VR Talks little byline should say. Live your dreams in the metaverse.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what I did. I said, oh, this guy, Michael, I went to VR Talks and I was like, who does these tours? And someone, it looks like the woman with the redhead over there. It looks like it was her was doing a tour. And I said, I could do a tour for people just entering the metaverse. And that's what my show was, World Hopping with Kat Niambi. Now I'm on hiatus only because I'm exhausted. Did you see all the things you just listed and all the things I said I am?
You have been working hard. You have, but we need it
Oh,
back, Kat. You need to
yeah.
bring it back.
I know. I will. It was fun. It was fun.
Well, we're
Thank you, Sherwin.
excited,
It was
whether or
fun.
not, and you're doing so much, so we can't wait. And speaking of what you're doing, what is next for Kat? I mean, what can we expect in VR, in real life? I mean, what is on your vision for 2023? This is what I want to accomplish.
I'm gonna buy a farm
Farm.
and yeah,
That's a first.
I'm gonna buy a farm. And let me tell you, I visualized it here. And I was like, one day I'm
Wow.
gonna build my farm here. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a farm and I'm going to sit on my porch and I'm going to bake sourdough bread and I'm going to build a community, wellness community here in Charleston, South Carolina for
Wow.
Black women and women of color to come to escape and decompress and live their best lives and retreat and love themselves. That's what I'm about to build.
It's amazing. Well, we
Thank
cannot
you.
wait, Kat, and I'm so excited and so proud of you and everything you've done. And I'm just really, really looking forward to seeing what else you accomplish
Thank you.
here in
Thank
VR
you.
and beyond, because there's so much that you
I'll
have
never
still
leave
yet to
VR.
do. Yes,
I'll
and we
never
we
leave
are so blessed to
VR.
have you. We really
I love
are.
it
Now,
here. I'm a
we
pioneer.
love having you. We love having you. We really do.
Thank
Now, people want
you.
to get a hold of you. What is the best way? I know you have a website that people can go on. I know you have an
Yes.
Instagram. What are some ways people can get a hold of
Yes.
you?
Yes. Everything is the Hungry Medium. HungryMedium.com, Hungry Medium on IG, the Hungry Medium on Twitter. But IG is where I live right now. And you can go to my website and give me your email address. And I do maybe newsletters. I'm a Gemini, so I get bored. I'll do newsletters for like 3 months and I'll be say, I ain't doing this shit. So give me your email address. You'll always get something really cool from me and nothing on a regular basis at all.
Yes. Well, I'm so excited to see what else you come up with. And thank you again so much, Kat, for
I love
coming
it
on here talking
here.
about your major milestones and your journey with us. And I know your story is probably inspiring other people as well here tonight to
Hope
do things
so.
that
I
they've
hope
never
so.
done. The theme of tonight
Yes.
is doing things that you just dream of doing. And I think a lot of people tonight are going to walk away wanting to do that as well. So thank you again.
Absolutely.
Now,
Thank you,
I
Sherwin.
think a lot of people here tonight are very excited because for the first time for a lot of them, it's going to be their first time watching you actually do a reading, which is going to be incredible. Now, I want to get some people up here to do some readings. Now, I'm going to put that raise hand button up. So if we can get a couple volunteers, and I'm going to just say this as a disclaimer. if you don't feel comfortable with, your information or maybe some personal things being out there, maybe this is the best time for you to do a reading. Maybe you can, message Kat, do it in private. We want to make sure you're not, you're comfortable with anything that comes out today. You are going to be on recording and etc. So is it okay if we do 4? Let's do 4 readings. How about that? Let me bring up the first 4 people on here because we have a lot of people with their hands raised, a lot of people. So let's bring up Janine. Come on over, Janine.
Oh, this music is good.
Next. Let's bring up Blackberry.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, love. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to meet you. I love your outfit.
You too.
Everybody's got outfits today, honey.
From the D-Nice collection.
Oh, my followers voted.
Go Jesus.
Followers voted on this outfit.
Is Miss B there?
You.
Nice. That's
Come
like
on over, Miss B. Why don't you guys take a seat on the couch? Now, Kat, this is the first time I'm going to do this. I don't usually do this. But would you like to sit at my desk? This is my first time letting you sit at my desk.
What?
I've never let anybody sit at my desk before.
Can I do it? Okay.
Do it.
I think this is going to be the right time. Come on over, Kat.
Okay.
I'm going to stand right here next to your desk. Janine, I'm going to have you come down.
Never gives up his desk.
Chair right here. You'll be the first person getting your reading.
God.
And then we'll just move down the line that way, if that's
Jesus
okay.
is up here too. Lord Jesus. Disco Jesus. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone first, by the way, Kat, what kind of reading are you doing today? You're doing a tarot card reading, isn't that right?
These are oracle cards I use. Well, remember I said I kind of use coaches that for my clients, I don't really do this. For people who I'm just trying to get a quick read on, especially if you have like a lot of people, and that's all right, honey. Especially if there's a lot of people in the room, I'd rather just pull a couple of cards and give the person like what we call general information. How does that sound? Is it Janine?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, Janine. So, with your permission, everybody on the couch, I'm gonna be accessing your spirit guides. Do I have your permission, everybody on the couch?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. We're gonna keep it simple, right? I feel like I need a bell or something to tell me I'm over my time. I will go on and on sometime. You know that, Sherwin. Okay, so I'm just pulling cards, and this is talking about freedom, Janine, and the fact that you desire more freedom in your life, and you're just gonna have. I'm sorry, because you can't see facial expressions. I understand.
Trust me, I just made one.
Did you? I could feel it. I just want to say that acceptance is no longer a criteria. Okay, no one has to accept you. You understand? Your job to accept others. Your freedom comes from the fact that you need to free like the bondages of thinking that you need to be accepted, because you don't. You understand? The only person that needs to accept you is you, right? So, and you can also free yourself from the circumstances that you are in because of the fact that you've attached yourself to people that seek acceptance from. You do not need acceptance from anyone. There's this thing, I ran into Maya Angelou in the street one time, a long time ago. And I said, Miss Angelou, I love you. And she was getting out of a car. It was random in New York City. And she said, thank you for saying so. Which means to me, hey, this is something I taught my daughters. It doesn't matter what people think about what you have on or how you could thank them for saying so. But guess what? You had nothing to do with this per se. You know what I'm saying? It was your idea. But I'm talking about like in the outside of the metaverse world. So we're clear. And so you just do not need anyone's thank you for turning that down a little bit. You don't need anyone's acceptance. Understand? You just need to accept yourself, and that will break these bondages you feel that you have. They're almost like self-imposed bondages, but this acceptance you have of yourself will free you. Hope that helped you.
Oh, that's spot on. That's like literally the area that I'm in right now.
Yes, and I do know everybody on this couch right here, and I'm just sitting there making eye contact with Janine. Like, we know what's going on with this reading, and we both are like,
That's why I said that was like so spot on.
You really are. You really were. Amazing.
I'm glad.
Thank you, Janine.
I hope that helped you.
Thank
what I
you.
like
Love
to
it
do,
a lot.
You're welcome. What I like to do is not just tell people about themselves. You ever go to those readers and they be like, "Oh, this is you, that's you. Bye. Give me my $50 and bye." I don't like that. I like when you can give people something to walk away with. What's the point of getting a reading if you don't get information on what to do about the situation?
Yes.
Exactly.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes, I hope
Not
that
to
helps.
freak it out.
today.
We'll just have you go down to the end of the couch, and we'll have Blackberry come onto the blue. We'll just go down the line that way.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Janine.
Okay.
Next up is Blackberry.
Who
By
we
the way,
got here?
Blackberry was a guest on the show. Was it last week already?
Okay,
Week before last.
2 weeks. 2 weeks ago.
I
Yeah, 2
love
weeks
the
ago.
hard work. I love it. Okay, so let's see. Blackberry. Let's see what you're giving me for you. And one of the things I like to do, Sherwin, as well, is to let people know that this power, this so-called, I don't know how to do air quotes, so-called power, is in everybody. Everybody has the ability to do this for themselves. So, oh my God, I just picked the empowerment card. That is so wild for the night after I said power. Okay. So this is talking about empowerment and vitality. I don't know if you've recently been on like a health kick or just the fact that you are wearing this outfit that is sort of like, somebody that has powers, right? And then here comes the empowerment card. So one thing I noticed about us here, we put on the clothing of how we feel about ourselves, right? You doing that, I don't even need to pull the card, really. It was about you feeling more empowered when you're in this space, that you can carry that into real, quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes with my hands, the real world. You can carry that same sort of desire that you have, feel empowered, the real world. But let me tell you how. Through vitality. I think they're wanting you to be a little bit more active, a little bit more aware of your health, a little bit more aware of the things that you eat and put into your body, because with empowerment and vitality come hand in hand, even if it's mental vitality. You understand what I'm getting at here? Just make sure that you can feel more empowered in the quote unquote real world, because this is the real world. I'm real. I'm touching myself. Are you real? You touch everybody? Are we touching ourselves? This is just a phone call. Okay. I'm talking to you like a phone call. So I just need you to understand that your empowerment lies in your ability to become more, your vitality, your health, your wellness. You getting up, maybe going out for a nice walk when it starts to get a little chilly, put on a hoodie and just be out in the world, building your body and building your power. Hope that makes sense.
It does. It resonates with me. For sure.
Good.
Amazing.
Good.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Sherwin said something about people in the audience might be getting messaging from this too. I wanted to touch on that briefly because we're in an energy vortex right now where we're all connected. This happens on IG, it happens at Clubhouse. We draw each other to this place. You may see people in this audience you've never seen before. Right, Sherwin? But they might have been drawn here for tonight to get something from this messaging that I'm getting people here. This is your spirit guides at work. Well, it's your spirit guides at work. They're like, yes, it happens for a reason. You're being directed. Now we have Disco Jesus. First of all, that outfit you have on is exactly what I want in a caftan. Okay, I'm looking for a sequin caftan. And I want that to be my outfit in here. So I might have to buy an outfit one of these places here. Anyway, but let's get to the business at hand here, Disco Jesus. Now, I know when this is shown on the internet, this is going to be wild for the night because this is me giving Jesus a reading. Lord help. So, I'm just going to call you Disco. Disco's my favorite thing. This for you, honey. This Disco Jesus? That's right. Okay, yes. This is talking about energy and release. It makes me think of Qigong. You know, that ancient practice is similar to Tai Chi. What it's all about is the gathering of energy that you can manipulate the energy. So what they do sometimes, there's these exercises they do like this. There's exercise you do like this where you're taking the chi and bringing it inside of you, but it also needs to be released. So this is about you being able to take things in, Disco, but also you have to be able to release it back out. Do you understand? The energy that you've been collecting is going to cause too much frenetic energy in your body. So you need to find things to help you release this energy that you bring into yourself probably on a daily basis. You understand what I'm saying, Disco?
Yes.
Do you know about Qigong, the martial art? It's really a martial art.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You should look it up because you could actually harness the power of Qi, your hands, this to actually help your body heal. This seems like a healing room tonight. People that need physical healing. That seems to be the common thread tonight. Anybody out there need any of these messages regarding healing and their health? Qigong is one of the most amazing healing practices where you are harnessing the energy, you are bringing it into your body, and then you can release it into the earth after you've used it, that you don't build it up. So that's something you should be looking into. It is talking about this amazing amount of energy that you have, and you really need to release it. Never possible. And that is just my casual way of saying what I really want to say. If I was on IG, I'd probably say something else. But we're going to just talk about you doing some energy releasing. Okay? Okay.
This is a family show, Kat. Come on.
How is this a family show and I can curse?
All right. Thank you, Disco Jesus. Yes. Wow. All right, Miss B, last but not least.
I need that outfit Disco Jesus got on, y'all.
I love everybody's outfits up here, by the way. Everybody's got an original outfit on tonight, and it looks amazing.
It's B. I love that ombre. I don't know how you.
Thank
you. How are you, honey? Have we met before when I used to be hanging out here all the time?
I believe so. It could have been a while. Let me see. How many months? 7 months. Wow.
I've been on here since February. Yeah. But I was really into it. I was hooked when I first got in here.
Oh, me too. Sure. Take a little break.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Somebody like me and Disco Jesus, we got to take a lot of break, not just a little. So we're starting off. Are you into like meditation and stuff, Miss B?
Yes, I am, but I haven't for a while, and I'm going to get back into it. Yeah.
Okay. They're talking about similar to what I was talking about with this Jesus, but this is more about your life force, your life source. I don't know what your belief system is, but if you think of the being that lives within you as a source, the soul, as an energy that connects with other people, actually talking about trying to connect that to your own life. Like you do a lot of work that helps people as opposed to bringing the work to your own self. So more so than anything, talking about mindfulness. You, and you are practicing these works that you do for others. Really need to think more about being. Hold on a minute, my headset is low. Hold on. Really want you to be more mindful, using meditation to make decisions. Does that make sense? Using meditation to make decisions, because when you were doing it, that's why I asked about that. When you were doing it before, okay, I think I'm plugged in. When you were doing it before, you were seeing a lot of progress in your life. For some reason, we get a little used to good stuff. Hold on, let me hit deny for this. Okay, sorry about that. And so get used to life being good, and then we forget about what got us there. And then when we get stuck, like, what was I doing? How did I get there? You got there through mindfulness. That meditation work you were doing. You ever did that, guys? Y'all be meditating, and then life is all good. You're in a meditative mindfulness state. And then all of a sudden you stop meditating. And then all of a sudden you're like, it's not working out anymore. That's why. Because you forgot doing them.
About that. Wow.
And that is the source of your practice. Your life force, your life source needs meditation. It requires it. And that could be said for a lot of people here. But for you in particular, someone who was doing it and it was making wonders in your life. And then all of a sudden life was just regular. It was regular degular. Like, why? Because you stopped meditating. Okay. And your life force really craves that. Really craves that.
Oh.
Hope that helps you.
Thank you so much. It definitely did.
Yes.
Good.
Kat, thank you
everybody.
so much. And can we get one more round of applause for our guests here? Miss B, Disco Jesus, Blackberry, and Janine, y'all. Thank you guys again for coming up here. You know, it's not easy to be read, especially on a public platform like this. So thank you all so much for coming on here and getting read tonight. We appreciate you,
Sherwin.
guys.
Thank you.
Great.
You.
Yes, great experience.
All right, well, let me get my seat back, Kat, because this is my show before you take my job. Come on.
Sherwin, the card said you can't have your seat back.
You know I need my seat back. They're going to fire me here now.
The card said no. But anyway, thank you, Sherwin. That was an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting me do that.
Thank you. I mean, we really, really appreciate you for coming out and doing this. Now, before we let you go, because, you know, we always love to ask our guests at the end of the show, you know, what is one last piece of advice or a message or anything that you want to leave our audience with tonight that you would like them to take away from tonight's show?
Yeah, I think it's always been, oh, I love that. Yes. Reminds me of a recent journey. So, I think one of the things I like to leave on the table for everyone is that you all have the power to have agency in your own life. And that is through the power of self self-reflection and looking inward. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I can tell you is to do a sort of litmus test of how life is going. Ask yourself what little you wanted to do, wanted to be, and really lean into that, because little you really knew what was best for you. Trust me on that. That's it, really.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get one more big round of applause for Kat, the Hungry Medium. Thank you again so much, Kat, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a big
I love it
hug.
here.
Yes.
Yes, let me turn my bubble off. Let me turn my...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Kat, the Hungry Medium.
Thank you. See you, everybody.
All right. Yes. How about that episode, y'all? I don't know about all the people who just got read, but for me, since I know a little bit about each of you guys, I feel like she hit on some really key things. And, you know, it's not just for the people who were read tonight, but for anybody in the audience, sometimes, like she said, you might have been directed here tonight because one of the messages that you heard from somebody else might apply to you as well. Okay. So thank you guys again for coming out. Let's get into our closing thoughts because you guys know we love to wrap up on our closing thoughts. All right, DJ, what did you think?
Oh my God, I'm such a big fan of Hungry Medium. I tell you, I do follow her on Instagram. I do go and watch her live videos. It's just, she's such a amazing person to talk to, such a bundle of energy. And God, those food pictures that she posts, oh God, it's just not fair. Tell you that, but I loved it. I love absolutely everything about this show, and yeah, amazing job again to the crew, and thank you so much everyone for joining us. How about you? Pick out for us.
Absolutely.
For
We've interviewed Kat before and we've had her on air, and it was a totally different conversation. I feel like today we really had a breakthrough, right? We didn't just scratch the surface, but I think we really got to know Kat, who she is as a person, and just hearing her readings today and how much people have evolved in this space is just really inspiring. And one thing I'm taking away from tonight is, we all have a gift, we all have a talent, something that makes us different from one another. It's about how we can harvest that gift, how we can take it, absorb it, and turn it into something positive. She's giving messages to people that somewhat maybe need them in their life. Like sometimes we might need to hear something. And I remember one of my friends, Blue, told me, a medium's never going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear. Okay. And sometimes that might be a hard thing to accept. But it's something that we do need to accept in our life, is that sometimes we hear things that we don't want to hear, but they're things that we need to hear because it's going to help us grow and evolve into the person that we want to be. So that's my message. That's my closing thoughts for tonight. I want to thank Kat again, who is just a phenomenal person, for coming out again. I want to say thank you to the entire audience for coming out every week. I appreciate you guys time and time again. Thank you to DJ Vaditron, my DJ, for always coming here and helping me out, and Blue Moon for doing so much backstage, and Stovert, who is running around doing so much for the show every single week, and Aussie Guy, who's been helping out, and a special thank you to Brenton for filling in for City Girl tonight as well, who's in Aruba. Thank you guys again for helping. Make sure you guys come out next week, all right? Next Wednesday at 10 p.m. We have the legendary, the one and only Stovert is going to be on the couch, you guys. And he's done so much work in the last couple of months. We're going to have a ton of things to dive into. So I cannot wait, you guys. So thank you guys again for coming out. Have a wonderful Wednesday night. Be safe out there and have a fabulous week. Mwah. Thank you, guys.
That's me.